Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to another episode of Let's Try Iratus, Lord of the Dead. So today we'll finally attack the boss in the Dwarven Tunnels. We made it there. I prepared the group that's gonna attack him off camera. I did quite a lot of alchemy, distillation specifically. So I had quite a few options actually how to improve these minions. I also changed the gear a little bit, so we are going in with Archmage's robe and what's the other one? Oh, we found the Skull Torch, so that's the two changes that I made. As for the minions, let's quickly go through. Actually, wait, first let's check talents. We had like 8 talent points, so I invested some of that. First, destruction. I want to have at least some direct physical damage, so I took Bone Spear, but well, I just didn't have... If I had one more point, I would probably go for Hail of Teeth to have a little bit more single target. But, well, we don't have that point, so the Bone Spear will have to do. Then I took Blind Fury. Every time a minion misses an attack, we gain Wrath, because sometimes you had problems gaining Wrath. Although with this composition, I don't think this will be super relevant. But if we make it through the boss, I think later this will be a pretty good skill or talent, so I took that. I don't think I took anything in Magic, but in Alchemy I took... selected Bones, and don't really care about this talent. I wanted to get to Love Potion to get the buff for Bride of Iratus, which should be our main damage dealer in this fight, so I wanted to get all the extra stats that I could, especially the luck and the evasion. I think will be pretty relevant. I think the luck will be most important because the Bride is like heavily crit focused. That's one thing, or another thing, and then last thing, the minions that we are taking. So here you can check the numbers that I managed to get to. 38% luck is great, so that's the combination with especially Heart Piercer for the 250% damage from crits. Should be a lot. I was thinking about going Bloody Rose again for the crit multiplier, but in the end I decided to just go for the +6 luck here, and it's a guaranteed damage, and we still can crit, just those crits won't be that strong, but mainly I think we'll be using the Heart Piercer, so that's what I wanted to focus on. So that's that. As for the equipment, we didn't have that many items, so I took whatever I could. Just flat attack increase. Here we have some extra initiative, and we should get some health from this. I'm pretty sure we'll do some crits. Then evasion and luck, attack, luck, more luck. Just as much crit as possible. It's still not ideal, but I did what I could. Then 2 vampires for their self-healing. One is more focused on crits, so again I try to find as much luck as possible, but again didn't have enough items to get luck everywhere. Still managed to get to 27%. Golden Tooth for extra luck and some extra initiative. The other vampire is more defensively focused. I took all the health that I could here. Not sure this is a good idea, but I wanted to try. And well, we are quite low on accuracy, so I took Edged Bones. It's not much, but I mean something. I didn't have anything better. Some extra evasion from the demonic essence together with some extra accuracy, and evasion, more evasion, so you're at 19%. Not that much, but I mean it's something. So hopefully the vampire will survive for some time with the extra health and the healing that will activate hopefully on the first turn. We'll see what happens. And the main tank, Dark Knight, extra armor, extra resistance, here attack, armor, accuracy, attack. I took damage where I could, defenses, or actually I took defenses where I could, and some just flat damage on top of that, where I couldn't get the more, defense. Here I took some more armor. Here... Actually, I think this one we already had from earlier, when the knight was the part of the primary group. Yeah, same here. So it's not ideal, but I want someone who can do at least a little bit of physical damage and can stand in front, has some self-healing. Just basically someone who's gonna soak some of the damage and, well, keep them busy. I don't know, we'll see how this works. We still have the Abyssal Hunger, so there is decent healing, some damage here, although it's not that much. Deals additional damage equal to 50% of the sum of Dark Knight's armor and rest. Actually quite a lot. We have 18, so that's +9. So that's not bad. Okay, so this is the group that we are going in with. And I have to say that I actually checked the fight before I started recording. I wanted to know at least like the basics of the fight. So what I know about the fight, that there is a guy that we have to kill and he's summoning like totems or something like that. And if I understand it correctly, we have to kill the totems that hurts him. And if we kill like 7, 8 totems, that's gonna kill him in the end. So we basically want to ignore him and just killing the stuff he's summoning, I think. Okay. So this is the group. I hope I didn't forget anything. Let's go. One of the chief sponsors of the mining complex beneath the human castle. He thus bears a great deal of responsibility for freeing Iratus from his eternal prison. Not that anyone would dare remind him of this fact, since his keen mind has been deemed invaluable by the Alchemist Guild. After all, few can actually calculate the precise amount of explosive power needed to clear a tunnel without causing a cave-in. But now that he is personally forced to try to salvage this venture, he has turned his great intellect to far more warlike pursuits. Okay, so let's check the details. The pylon is immune to all buffs and debuffs. Inventor loses 100 health for each destroyed pylon. So it just confirms what I said. This is the same thing, and I guess this is the same thing as well. This one has 1 armor for some reason. Supportive pylon, offensive pylon, defensive pylon. Okay, no idea how they work, but sure. This pylon is immune to all buffs and debuffs, but it doesn't seem they're immune to spells. So if you start with Finger of Death, that should just kill one of them right away. And then the boss himself, Inventor, 540. It's actually not that much health. I thought he'd have more. I thought we would need like kill like 7, 8 pylons to get rid of him. And 385 sanity. I think that's also not that bad. I mean, we are able to do 150 sanity crits. So this actually could be doable with the first group that we have. I thought that the numbers will be a bit more impressive. That's some pretty impressive armor. Okay, fine, let's do it. Let's just focus on the pylons. Let's start with the Finger of Death. Which one do you want to take out? Because the defensive pylon can stay. I think maybe the offensive one. I'm not sure if it's the supported one or the offensive pylon. I think I'll take the offensive one down. Death. Okay, so that's 100 damage before the fight even started. Now, because we started with the item that gives us Wrath right from the start, we can activate Bloodthirst on one of the vampires right away. So let's do that. This is a buff, so can it be removed? I guess this can be removed, so it's not like we will 100% have it until the end of the fight. We may have to renew it from time to time. Now, target loses 30% of its current vigor. Boss is 15%. The vampire loses 30 vigor. So 15%. Is it worth it? I don't think so. All attacks against the target ignore both block and ward until the end of battle. Vampire loses vigor. No, I don't want that. If this is the best we have, it's just we're gonna move the Bride of Iratus forward this way. The Vampire actually is not that good from the third position. I'm actually go for the Hysteria. How much health do we have? 108. So if I go for the Hysteria on the boss, and then use the Blood Strike next turn to heal up. Okay, now we want to focus, I think, on this pylon. Oh, wait, it had block. Yeah, that's a small detail that I missed. Okay, this is all the Dark Knight can do. And what about you? You'll need to activate the Bloodthirst next turn. Other than that, what do we have? Let's just attack. And see what happens. Okay, so that's another defensive pylon. Oh, and he can summon and attack in one turn. Okay, that might be kinda nasty. So, what we need now is to heal up. Invalid target? Why is that? Oh, I can't hit the first one. In that case, let's go for the supportive pylon. What's the buff? Holy moly. Okay, let's go for the supportive pylon. We could go with Fate, guarantee the crit, but I'm not sure that's what we want to do.
My darling.
That was a solid attack. Now you'll activate the Bloodthirst.
One more for the stockpiles.
Okay, we need what? 3 more. Can I do some damage here? 8 mana. Okay, let's go with this. It's position 1 and 2.
Impale this wretch.
Again, defensive. I guess that's good. He fixes this one instead of attacking, is it? Stop this with ward, and what's the last one gonna be? Nothing relevant, I think. The vampire from the last position can't really do anything. Our attacks against the target ignore both block and ward on the end of battle. Vampire loses vigor, ignores block and ward, loses accuracy. That's not gonna help.
Impale this wretch.
If I want to be able to do anything, I kind of have to move the vampire forward. All of this will deal damage to us. Okay, fine. Let's actually wait. We'll do that as the last thing. Now... Crit! Damn it. It still should be fine for the kill.
One by one, life vanishes from this world.
204. Did he heal? Oh, the defensive things are healing him, right? Okay, I got it.
Impale this wretch. Nice shot, sweetie.
I may actually go for the hypnosis, the 50 wrath. Sounds good, but what are I gonna do with it? We don't need to heal the knight. Now, let's just get... Oh, I can't kill it. Okay, let's hit this one. Give him something to repair. And please don't miss.
Toss them
Good.
with the rest.
Okay, that's offensive one, and now he's gonna do a lot of damage.
Perish.
That was a nice one. How much is that? 50? You don't need to leech for the Dark Knight yet. Okay, fine, let's go for it. How many hit points do I have? 28. Please crit.
My kingdom comes.
Not quite. I think it's decent. I'll just move forward. %30 of its current vigor. So it's not that effective anymore. It's something you want to use early. Okay, let's just move forward. I know that they are immune, I just want to move.
This never gets old.
That wasn't too bad. Now, I don't think they... Good. We'll be able to heal him over 100. So we now just need to kill... this... pylon, and we should be done. One. This is gonna be a single target. Crit. There we go.
Delivered.
Do we have to destroy the remaining piles?
You know,
No.
if this keeps up, I'll be done purging the world ahead of schedule.
Well, that was quite easy. Much easier than what I expected. I'm a bit disappointed with the performance of the vampires. The two vampires definitely are not a good, good setup, because from the third position you can't really do anything. Maybe two brides, vampire and the knight, or maybe bride and some kind of a support character for healing would be better. Okay, get some levels. What did we get? There was one item that looked interesting I've never seen before. This one. Unlock a secret destruction spell. Chain lightning deals 24 magic damage to the first 3 enemies. That's pretty good. And it's equipped here. I kind of want the extra chance. Wait. There's a chance for an artifact for every minion that was destroyed. Oh, that's nothing. Okay, let's equip the power fist.
No?
Did we find another skull torch? Okay. Two level ups. What about some... oh, look at that. We found a legendary bone. +1 ward, +2 armor, +3 attack. So this one is basically perfect for the Dark Knight. Accuracy, level 4 brain. I guess that's useful. Resistance and luck, that will be useful as well. Did we unlock anything? 12 bones left. Okay, so all that we can do now is leave the dwarf tunnels. As the dwarves fell before the onslaught of the walking dead, news of the crisis started to spread far and wide. The human kingdom was rich and willing to pay gold uncountable to whomever could manage to bring them the head of the newly awakened necromancer. They would all gather here in these barracks, cunning rogues and learned mages, knights and elven rangers, all following the siren call of coin. They knew not of the true scope of danger that awaited them. In the end, they were just lambs gathering before the butcher. And I've never been in this wing or floor. So everything that we find here is going to be new for me. I have no idea what the boss is, no idea what the minions are. The only thing that I know is that here we're going to find the vampires or whatever. I think it's these guys even. And it seems that they're like everywhere. Oh, not everywhere, but they're here. So we have to, what do we have to do with them? How do we get them? We have to kill them, or I guess we'll find out. This looks like some kind of an elf. This, I don't know, rogue with mercenary, I guess. Something. My guess would be this is an arbalist. I don't know why, but always when I see a hat like this, it usually ends up being some kind of a crossbowman or arbalist or something like that. Anything else that we can see? What is this? This might be some kind of a mage, a priest or something like that. This might be some kind of an elven warrior. What the hell is this? This looks like barbarian something. And I have no idea what this might be. Okay, so there are quite a few different types of mobs. Oh, 72 mana, so we almost have enough mana to start with the Finger of Death. Good. Which way do we go? I think I'll decide it off camera. Again, we want to fight as much as possible before we get to the boss. And maybe for this floor, we will use the second group more. I invested a lot into this group, so I'll just try to figure out
not yet complete.
how to replace one of the vampires. What the ideal support minion would be. Might actually just be a Lost Soul as a healer. And we would go Lost Soul, Bride of Iratus, Vampire, and Dark Knight. Also, would be nice if we could replace the Dark Knight with something, because he's not doing that much damage. Or with the Dark Knight that wasn't leveled, focused on Dread. I already invested a lot into him. Can be changed. How are we doing here? We have empty arena. We can start leveling like another group. How many? Where did we get 300 parts? Holy crap. Okay, so I'll check how many parts we actually have to spare. Maybe I could build some more buildings, make some more minions. And as I said, we'll try to figure out what to use here. Actually, guys, what do you think would be a good replacement for the one vampire? And maybe even for the Dark Knight, what would you use from what we have available? Remember, I don't have the Bone Golem, the Fallen Damper, and the Ghoul available yet. And I won't have the Ghoul available for a very long time. So, what would be the best option? My guess is Bone Golem is going to be a pretty good shield. So we may get it soon. 12 bones won't hopefully take too long. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to your comments. We are done for today. As I said, it was a bit easier than I expected, so I'm a bit disappointed, but I guess there has to be some reserve for the highest difficulty. When we get there, it's not completely insane, it's still doable, so maybe I just didn't realize that we are not doing the highest difficulty. But well, as I said, we are done for today, so I hope that you like this episode. I hope that you're gonna join me next time again. And until then, have a good time. Bye-bye.